If you have a car that you want to take care of, your pride and joy, then one of the best things to buy is a dash cam. Now, dash cams come in all shapes, sizes, resolutions, etc. There's lots of fancy ones out there, that's for sure, and they come in a large variety of prices too. So if you've been following the channel, a few weeks ago, I was at work and unfortunately, slight little door ding. It's very tiny, don't get me wrong. And yes, if you have been watching my channel, I know I have not got it fixed yet. All right, it's tiny. I do plan on getting it fixed after Christmas. All right, everything's too hectic at the moment. But unfortunately, I didn't have a dash cam on at the time and I couldn't figure out who door dinged my car. And hey, it is what it is, but we are going to solve that problem today because we are going to be installing a dash cam. Before we get started, just want to say welcome back to the channel, everybody. Alicia and I just came back from a little 5-day holiday, which we went up to the Whitsundays, did some snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. It was beautiful. She really enjoyed it. It was kind of a little birthday surprise, but I'm back now, all right? It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I've just finished work and I wanted to start the install of our dash cam system for the Subaru BRZ. I have watched a few of these installs on YouTube and honestly, a lot of people make them really complex and annoying to install than what they need to be. So without further ado, if you could please like the video, that would be great, really helps with the algorithm and stuff. Leave me a comment if you have any questions and what dash cam you have bought for your car. I'm curious to know. And also, if you could just hit that subscribe button if this is your first time here, because lots of content coming for the Subaru BRZ. Just go check out my channel. And whilst I'm here, I'll also plug the Instagram right there, 00lock. I've just chucked out a few reels lately and a few nice photos. So go hit them up, give them a cheeky like or two. But yes, let's get into the video. All right, fellas, so it was Black Friday the other week and I managed to pick myself up the latest and greatest from Blackvue. This is the DR770x. It is a 2-channel, which means it's got 2 cameras. We got a front and rear. $700 normally full price. I got it for, I think I got it for like $480 or something like that. Either way, it was a good deal. But nonetheless, I've done a bit of research on the Blackvue and I really like the look of these cameras. So I'm just going to do a quick little unboxing here. Oh yeah, there we go. So that is the front camera. That is 1080p at 60 frames per second. And this is the rear camera, which is also 1080p, but at 30 frames per second. Now, the reason I went with the Blackvue over anything else, I thought it would look quite sleek sitting up on the dash. A lot of them have like big screens, they're boxy looking, whereas this is quite sleek. I think it's going to be able to sit really close to that rear view mirror and you're not going to really be able to see it, which is great. Now, I don't know about you fellas, but anytime I have gotten some damage on my car, whether that be this one, the WRX that I had previously, I always had damage when I left it parked in a parking lot or at work. Always been when I haven't been at the car. Getting a dash cam that does not record whilst the car is off, I think kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. So that's why I went with the Blackvue, because it has parking mode. It'll turn on when the car is stationary and the car's off, and it'll continue to record until you come back to the car, and then it'll start up and save that and continue on with its regular mode. Right, so the easiest place to wire up the dash cam is going to be taking power from the fuse box in the interior of the BRZ. Now, the fuse box is located under the driver's side steering wheel. So as you can see, I've just set the light up there for you so it's easy to locate. We can get a good picture. But if you just come under here, you can see that there is that white plastic box right there. That's just the cover for it. As you can see, I can just take the lid off like so, and that's where all your fuses are located. Okay, so the next step, and I've just taken off the little fuse box lid there so I can show you, is we need to locate both a switched power source and a constant power source. What we're going to do is we're going to use the radio for the switched power source, which is the top corner right here next to my finger. That is a 7.5 amp fuse. And then for our constant source, what we're going to use is on the other side, another 7.5 amp right there. If it would just focus, there we go. Another 7.5 amp for the constant, and that's going to be labeled stop. So that is actually our brakes. Now, I've seen a few people online tap into the fuse a very weird way. They just grab the cable and they stick it in with the fuse and Bob's your uncle. And honestly, I think that's a bit silly, to be honest, when you have fuse tappers available that you can just buy from any sort of auto place. So what I've done is I've gone and bought 2 fuse tappers, and I will show you how these work. The whole point of the fuse tapper is so you can literally piggyback off an existing fuse that's in the car. So how this works is you've got 2 slots in where you can place little fuses. So right here, the red fuse that I have is a 10 amp and the yellow fuse is a 5 amp. So for example, if you plug into a 10 amp slot, then all you need to do is take out the existing 10 amp fuse and put it into this first socket right here. So this first socket is going to power the original fuse. Then when we want to wire up our dash cam and say, for example, it only needs a 5 amp fuse, then you put the 5 amp fuse in that second slot there, and this wire is going to be powered by that top fuse alone. But just a point of caution, the fuse that you are tapping into has to be greater or equal to the new fuse that you're going to use for your dash cam. All you need to do then is crimp your existing wire into the fuse tapper and away you go. I apologize for the camera angle because I, for the life of me, cannot get a good angle where you can see which fuse I'm pulling out, but honestly, man, just look at the diagram. It's really not difficult to figure out which one to pull out. So the first one, we're going to be pulling out a 7.5 amp radio, which should be this one right here. Oh, you might be able to see that. There we go. That's a 7.5 amp right there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add the 7.5 amp onto our fuse tapper right here. Put it in the bottom section, which is closest to our little prongs there. Plug that bad boy in. There we go. Like so. There's one. So that one's going to be switched, that one's going to be constant. Oh man, my knees. Just a thing I wanted to note, if you are using fuse tappers, which honestly I don't see a better way, you won't be able to use this little plastic lid on your fuse box, which honestly it doesn't bother me. You don't see them, they're not going to get dusty or anything like that. They're in a safe place, so this is really just helpful to know, which fuse is which. So maybe just keep that in your glove box or somewhere safe where you're not going to lose it. Also, this little fuse puller tool looks like a pair of plastic tweezers. That's located in your engine bay in your big fuse box. So that's where that is for the Subaru BRZ. Just make sure you get those out and you don't use anything stupid like pliers. I've just pulled the front camera out of the box, so we'll just pop that up on the dash for now. And I've also got the hard wiring kit here, which is just a bunch of wires. Ooh, bunch of scary wires. No, it's not scary, all right? It's going to be easy. Get a grip. What do we got here? Okay, we've got a red wire. That one is labeled. It's got a label for us. ACCC. So that's going to be your switched power source. So that's going to go to the radio. Then we've got a yellow wire, which says BAT for battery, so that's going to be our constant power source. And then, of course, we have a black wire, which is the ground wire. Now we literally just need to put that onto the bolt that is right next to the fuse box there. Yeah, that's as easy as that. It's all you need to do. You just need to crimp those wires to the correct fuse tappers, and that's where your power source will come in. So let's do that. All right, so as you can see, we've got our red wire and our yellow wire. These are both connected to our fuse tappers that are located up there. And we've also got this black wire, which is the ground wire. So all you have to do is just insert it behind this little bolt right here and just tighten it onto it. And that should be that. So now that we've got that out of the way and we've wired it all up, now all we need to do is plug the camera in and see if it works, because obviously we don't want to be putting the camera up and it not work. So we've got to test it before we continue on. We'll connect it and see what happens. Couple of lights there. Oh, we've got a light popped up.
For your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
You can see at the moment it just talked to me and it said Blackvue starting normal recording mode, and you can see that we've got a red light under the recording setting there. Now if we turn the engine off, if I've wired it correctly, it should go to parking mode.
Parking mode on.
Parking mode on. No power's on to the car, and I've still got the recording button, and I've still got that white light at the front. Awesome. I've routed the wire up through the side here. I've taken this this little side piece off and I've routed it up through here, and it comes out this this top corner here. So I've fed all the wire out, and there it is, just chilling there. Then we're just going to slowly feed it up here, up through the top side of this upholstery here. We're going to feed it all the way along through here, down the A pillar, and then of course it's going to hide back through here. So then we'll just be able to pull all the wire through, and we can hide the rest of it kind of under the dash. So you can see the fuse box just over there, and we've got our fuse tappers, and then yeah, pretty much get everything tucked in under there. There's the rest of the cable. It's just zip tied to another cable that's under there. But yeah, obviously it is it's all out of the way. Can't hit it with your feet or anything like that. So yeah, really good. Easy to do, boys. It's really not hard to tuck the cable under the liner. Just follow where I said to go. But now, because we do have some more light and I can do some more filming, we are going to set up the rear camera. So pretty much the same thing, except we don't need to give any power to the camera because we've already set that all up. It's just one cable from the front camera to the rear camera. But obviously we're going to have to route the cable all the way around and all the way to the back there. Honestly, I don't know how they label this car as a 4-seater. Definitely is not. Oh, jeez. Dude, I can't even get my head up here. Look at this. All right, so if I place the camera up here like so, maybe a little bit to the right, and I can have a look. Oh, yep, that's a decent picture there. Obviously, maybe a little bit to the right. There we go, something like that. So that's fine, and that's where I'm going to set up the camera like so. I'm going to begin tucking the wiring underneath the liner here, and then I'm going to go, I think, towards the left so we can meet up with this camera on the front. I'll let you know if I come into any troubles, but should be pretty basic, so let's get to it. Oh, it is hot and sweaty back here, but we are all finished routing the cable up to the camera and around. As you can see there, look at that, very nice. Cannot see anything. Pretty much just want to give you a little insight as to where I routed the cable. I went onto the driver's side again, so as I routed it up through the liner there, I went left across the liner I came around to this panel right here. Now, this panel actually has a bit of a cavity in it, so you can store the excess cable in there, which is really helpful. Then I came back down here. I actually went under and then back up, and then obviously linked it back to where our front camera is. But yeah, that's pretty much it, fellas. Definitely utilize this spot right here. You basically just peel it off like that, and it's just a couple of clips along the side here. So just gently remove that, and you can put all the excess of the cabling in there. So yeah, apart from that, fairly easy to install. Obviously that one was a little bit harder. I had to kind of maneuver it around some pillars, but all in all, pretty simple. All right, fellas, that is gonna be it for the dash cam install. If you have any questions, please hit me up in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed the video and I helped you with your dash cam install, please give it a like and let me know. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. Nice little install. I think it'll definitely have some benefit in the future if someone decides that they're an idiot and hits my car. So that'll be very helpful. Just gives me a little bit more peace of mind. I'm sure it will be for you as well. So boys, let's wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.